All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Week 4 fantasy football rankings. We hope that you enjoyed the show last week of our week 3 rankings. We hope that you were able to get some quality picks out there from the guru there. So again, we want to welcome you to week 4 fantasy football rankings. This is Fantasy Pro Insider brought to you by True Fan Sports. Once again, I'm your host, the Warden, Jay Ward. Back again with the co-host, the one, the only, Dave, the Guru Hughes, baby. What's good, Hughes? What's good?
Good last week was actually I had a pretty good week rankings wise, man. It turned out to be pretty accurate. Had
Did
a couple of
D.
little glitches here and there, but for the most part, if you followed my advice last week, you probably won your league. I in three
Better
made
believe
a
it.
bunch of leagues. I'm in three, and I won all three by a healthy margin, and was picking players off white waivers, and it was a good week for me, man. I really have to admit. Uh, week four, first year doing this. Well, we're getting better as the season goes on, and hopefully that's a trend that continues because I really want to make sure we get everybody as much good information as we can.
Absolutely. I know I got some good information. So I roll with the guru, baby. Hey,
All right,
I
that,
see you rocking that Earl Campbell Houston Oilers jersey over there. Look at you. They don't know about old
that,
big
that,
Earl there, man.
man, I tell you, he was beast. He was
Wasn't
beast mode before beast mode.
he? Right. You know what I mean? He was a
Yeah,
beast out there in Houston, man, with old Bud out there, man. Yeah, man.
he was
All
something
right,
else,
man.
man.
Hey,
And
how about we give them what they're waiting for, Guru. How about we give them what they're waiting for, huh?
right, well, we will begin then. We'll begin with quarterbacks, like always. And to start off with, against Philadelphia, again, Patrick Mahomes.
Let's go.
Uh, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott kind of tore him a new one this past week, and
Woo.
the Cowboys got all over him. Actually, run and pass. They were at the Cowboys' mercy. Number two, even though they're facing a tough defense, Kyler Murray just keeps producing the numbers one way or the other. He gets it done. Number three, highest he's been this year, and he probably should have been higher before now. Tom Brady going home against the Patriots.
Going
Stout
home.
defense, but I think he got something to prove. Yeah. Um, Number four, speaking of Dak Prescott, they're playing at home against Carolina Panthers. Got the home jitters out of their system and played very well against the Eagles, and now they got Carolina coming in. Number five, Josh Allen finally showed up big time this past weekend. They got Houston, so that could be a blowout. That could be a nice game if you got Josh.
Well,
Number six, Lamar Jackson against Denver Broncos. Number seven, the steady Russell Wilson playing at the 49ers. Uh, they're a little bit suspect. Yeah, they can be had, and I think Russell will put it on. Number eight, Justin A. Bear against your Raiders. 3-0, by the way. They're looking phenomenal.
you
Hey, by
know
the
it.
way, who's leading the NFL in passing yards?
Hey, that boy David Carr, man, looking really good, man. Looking really good. You know, he's got Chucky out there.
That would be Derek Carr is
Yeah, he's
leading
got
the
Chuck.
NFL in passing yards.
He's got Chucky out there leading the crew. So we'll see if we keep this thing going, man. I like this AFC West. I like what's going on out there, Guru. Let's keep it going, baby.
They are playing well. Let me round out these top few here. Number nine, Aaron Rodgers against the at home against the Steelers.
Okay.
Number 10, we'll go with at home game Matthew Stafford against the Arizona Cardinals. That's going to be a shootout. I think that's going to be a big time score game. There's an over. Might want to check that out. Um, Number 11, Ryan Tannehill against the Jets. Um, Looking for that game to be a big scoring game, but I think they'll run quite a bit on the Jets. And run out the top dozen, we're going to look Jalen Hurts against Kansas City Chiefs at home, and he's going to have to do a whole lot better against
Mm,
another quality offense, top offense in the league. When they're
yeah,
playing Kansas City this week.
absolutely. I see Jalen Hurts throwing quite a lot over there against the Kansas City Chiefs. So we'll see. So we'll keep this thing going here, Guru. Coming in at number 13, my boy out of Las Vegas, David Carr, number 13. Kirk Cousins coming in at 14. Joe Burrow, he had a nice bounce back week. I like what he did. Threw an early pick, but he came back, settled down a little bit, and had a great game last week. So we're going to go with him number 15 there. At 16, we'll hope to see this guy bounce back again. I benched him. Didn't really matter to me who I had. I had him and Golf, so it really didn't matter. But Carson Wentz is coming in at number 16. At 17, Baker Mayfield. 18, Jared Goff coming into Chicago against the Bears. Not sure about that Bears defense still yet, so that's why we get Jared Goff up there a little bit more. At 19, Jimmy Garoppolo with the Niners. 20, Sweet Feet, Jameis Winston. At 21, we got Teddy Jam Bridgewater. Is going to be playing out there against the Ravens. Just like to see that matchup with him and Lamar Jackson. Coming in at 22, Big Ben of the Steelers. At 23, going out to Atlanta, Tyler Heineke going to be going against that Falcons defense. At 24, we're going to flip the script now. We're going to go with Matt Ryan coming in there at 24. Rounding out the top 25 QBs. We look to see this guy bounce back. We look to see that this guy can have a little bit better play calling with this rookie QB because God knows that those Bear fans didn't like what was going on out in Chicago. I'm reading the news reports. I'm looking at Twitter Guru. I'm looking at it all, man. They were eating Nagy up, man. So we'll see how the Bears bounce back. We're going to go with Justin Fields coming in at number 25 there.
Yeah, as much as I'm pulling for the kid, he stood no chance with that game plan. I mean, it was atrocious. And what kills me is they were behind most of the game, and he still only had like 22 passing attempts.
Exactly.
They didn't let him throw the ball. It might have been 20.
I mean,
but you gotta. The kid's got a great arm. You don't have 4 targets for Allen Robinson.
Can't happen, man.
That's not enough.
It's not enough,
especially
man.
when you're down. And you got to get somebody. You got to get Mooney or whoever. To stretch that field a little bit. And they didn't attempt any of that. None.
Yeah, he wasn't accurate with the ball as well. It was some bad play calling. Offensive line didn't do well. He didn't throw well. It was just an all around bad game for the beloved Chicago Bears, man. So enough of the Bears. Enough of them, man. Let's get going with the running back. We're gonna go here with the week 4 rankings for running back. Coming in at number 1, we knew this was going to happen. He had a great week last week. That's Alvin Kamara coming in at number 1. He is coming in at number 1 because our number 1 guy is out for about 3 to 4 weeks, killing me because he's on my fantasy squad, Christian McCaffrey. Hopefully this young guy can get healthy again and bounce back for us there, Guru. Coming in at number 2, Derrick Henry against that ugly-looking Jets defense. Number 3, Aaron Jones out of Green Bay. Yeah. Number 4, Dalvin Cook. 5, Nick Chubb coming in at number 5 against that Vikings defense. 6, Saquon Barkley. He was a sleeper last week. He didn't do really much, though, but I can see this guy. He's going to continue to bounce back. He's going to get more and more reps, going to get more and more totes, so his ranking will keep going up there. At 7, at Pittsburgh, Najee Harris. Coming in at number 8, Joe Mix-a-Lot Mixon out of the Cincinnati Bengals. At number 9, coming out of the football team of Washington, that's Antonio Gibson. And rounding out that top 10, one of my guys, one of my favorites. I love this guy because he can run it and he can catch it out the backfield. That's Austin Eckler out of the Los Angeles Chargers, Guru. That's your top 10, Guru. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, real quick, he had Saquon Barkley last week.
Yeah.
They even had the backup there, Devontae Booker. He was inactive, so they knew that he was going to start getting the regular amount of carries that he was getting pre-injury. And I think that's going to be a thing moving forward. You're going to see 24 to 28 touches a game for Saquon Barkley, and then he will bust some loose and have big games for you.
Let's see.
And Joe Mix-a-Lot Mixon. he makes bad cuts and he cannot lie.
Yeah, right.
he was tearing it up this week again.
Yeah.
Had a couple of nice calls. Also called back.
Yeah.
Or he would have a huge game. But getting down to the next 11 here, Ezekiel Elliott against the Panthers. That was kind of a game that they proved they're going to go with. At least for now, it looks like they're going to make sure that he gets the majority of the carries. It looked like they were looking for a committee, and they proved that they're going to lean on their man, which is a good thing for fantasy owners. Number 12, David Montgomery against the Lions. Um, like him, I'd love him if I didn't think the Bears would be in catch-up mode. I'd like him a little better because that Lions defense they don't stop the run very well. Speaking of the Lions, DeAndre Swift, multiple talented, loves to catch the ball. Great running back with a dual threat. Number 14, Jonathan Taylor, playing the Dolphins this week at home. 15, Chris Carson against the 49ers. Number 16, James Robinson finally got the use he deserved.
He did.
They looked well.
He did. Had a little late fumble in the game, but he looked all right.
So, 17, Clyde Edwards-Helaire against the Eagles. Look for that to be another big scoring game for the Chiefs. Number 18, Melvin Gordon. Would like him a whole lot better if it wasn't for that Ravens defense, man. But the Ravens defense hasn't done their job this year in any of the three games. They've scored below their potential every game. Their prognostication, if you will. I think that changes this week. Tyson Williams against the Broncos. And number 20, we're going to go with Kareem Hunt against the Jags.
All righty. We'll keep it going. Kareem Hunt. Oh, man, he had a good game. Didn't he? Man, he looked good. All right. 21, Tony Pollard against Carolina. Another back out there is going to be sharing some touches with Zeke. 22, Devin Singletary. 23, Myles Gaskin out there in Miami. 24, Miles Sanders out of Philly. 25, looking to see this guy come back for a good week this week. And that's Darrell Henderson out there in Los Angeles Chargers. 26, we're going to go out to Arizona, and that's Chase Edmonds. At 27, Damian Harris against the Bucks. We'll see what the Pats can do out there. We'll see what Belichick can put together for him. 28, James Conner playing against the Chargers. At 29, Leonard Fournette against the Pats. And then coming in at number 30, I picked this guy up on the waiver there, Guru. He's been consistent, man. He's been consistent with touches, receptions, and some KRRs, man. You know what I mean? That's Cordell Patterson out of Atlanta. So I'm probably gonna insert him in my lineup this week, Guru. Like I say, he's been consistent. I like the points that he's given, so we'll see what he can do out there in Atlanta. So
yeah, until Mike Davis proves he can hit the hole with some acceleration, they're going to keep depending on Patterson.
Yeah,
that's one thing he does have is he can accelerate. Very very good hands out of the backfield.
Yeah,
not a typical running back. At 6'3", 230.
Right.
He's kind of he looks like a big wide receiver, but they got him doing the job.
Yeah.
And he's in an offense that don't have many options. He's the go-to guy there for sure.
Okay.
We'll continue on now with number 31. Hopefully, this young man is back on the field this week. And that's Elijah Mitchell going to at home against the Seahawks. 32, Latavius Murray at the Broncos. 33 against the Steelers, A.J. Dillon and the Packers. Well, I'll tell you, man, that Aaron Jones is keeping Dillon on the sideline.
Yeah.
Man. He's playing very well.
Yeah, he is.
To start with. 34, Zach Moss against the Houston Texans. 35, Javonte Williams. They're at home. 36, and this will be the last week I have him in my rankings if he doesn't turn it around. That's Ronald Jones Jr. He's steadily getting outperformed. It's not looking good for him at all.
Nah.
37, Peyton Barber. Against the Chargers, he had a real nice
He
game.
did. He did. He's a guy I'm going to keep an eye on. He's definitely a guy I'm going to keep an eye on.
Number 38, Michael Carter for the Jets. They may be without their starter again.
Tevin.
Yeah, Tevin Campbell, and they may be leaning on the young man in Michael Carter quite a bit. Number 39, another nice game, was had by Giovanni Bernard this past week, going against the Pats. And number 40 is, well, I hope you got him. We'll see how he performs. First time out, I could not put him in my ranking somewhere.
Yeah.
Just because of the volume that he's going to get, and that's Chubba Hubbard.
Yeah.
I like that name. That's a good one. Chubba Hubbard.
Chubba Hubbard.
And that will do it for our top 40 running backs.
All right.
For this coming week 4. And we'll shift gears and go right into the wide receiver rankings. Number 1, Devontae Adams. Number 2, Tyreek Hill. He's going to be licking his chops after what he saw Dak do with a tight end against the Eagles. Number 3, Cooper Kupp, moving up the rankings and deservedly so.
Man.
He has been nothing short of phenomenal, especially in the red zone.
Man.
He's just been tearing it up. Number 4, we need to get this young man back on the field. That's DeAndre Hopkins. Number 5, Tyler Lockett. He's 49ers at San Francisco.
Okay.
Number 6, got Julio Jones way up high. That's because his running mate out there is going to miss a week or two. And AJ, he's going to be out. So
killing my squad, killing my league, man. Sorry, dog. I'll figure it out.
It happens, man. We'll get you over up.
It happens.
We'll get you over up. Number 7, Stephon Diggs at home against the Texans. Number 8, DK Metcalf on the road there against the Niners. Two Seahawks in the top 10 again. Number 9, going another team with 2 in the top 10. Just outside the top 10. Justin Jefferson against Cleveland Browns. And then we have CeeDee Lamb rounding out the top 10.
Okay.
They got Carolina at home, another home game for the Cowboys. They should light it up again.
Coming in at 11, Adam Thielen, Minnesota. Keenan Allen coming in at number 12 against the Raiders D. 13, another Cowboy, Amari Cooper. 14, Calvin Ridley. I'd like to see a little bit more consistency out of Calvin. That him and Matt Ryan got to start clicking a little bit more out there. I'm not sure we're seeing some DTs out there though, but haven't had a chance to look at any Falcons games though. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on them.
They are missing Julio Jones big time,
man. And a running game. 15, Chris Godwin to Tampa Bay, followed by his teammate at 16, that's Big Mike Evans. At 17, out of the football team, Terry McLaurin. 18, coming out of the Los Angeles Chargers, that's Robert Woods. At 19, we're going to go down south to Houston, and that would be Brandon Cooks. And then coming in at number 20, in Carolina, we're going to look at DJ Moore at number 20.
And DJ's had a good season so far this year.
He has, man. Him and Darnold.
Right at 100 yards in all 3 games.
Yeah.
He's been the go-to guy there for sure. Number 21, we're going to go with Chase Claypool at Green Bay. Number 22, and he's going to be moving up the charts next week, one more week like he has been having. That's Jamar Chase. Defense is having a hard time figuring this young man out. Number 23, we got Mike Williams against the Raiders. 24, Deebo Samuel home against the Seahawks. 25, we're going to go with Cortland Sutton. Jerry Jeudy's still out, so they're going to have plenty of targets available. Hopefully they find him this week. Number 26, our boy from Chicago, Allen Robinson, who he definitely deserves to be ranked higher, but man, they can't get the man the ball. I mean, they just cannot get him the ball. 27, T. Higgins at home against the Jags. 28, Juju Smith-Schuster going to be at Green Bay. Number 29 is Odell Beckham Jr. And he's going to be alone there with Jarvis on the DL for the time being. Number 30, Will Fuller, the Dolphins, going at home against the Colts. If there's one time he's going to show up, it should be this
Should
week.
be this week, exactly.
Got that week under his belt, and he should be good to go now. A bigger part of the offense for sure. 31, Marvin Jones Jr. That's at Dallas. 34 from the Raiders there, Henry Ruggs III. And number 35 is Robbie Anderson going up against the Cowboys.
All righty. 36. Once again, he was in our rankings for top running backs. We got to look at Cordell Patterson, though. I mean, he's going to be a dual threat coming out the backfield and some receptions there. 37, Michael Pittman Jr. At 38, he's showing up a little bit out there to be the number 2 guy in Buffalo, Emmanuel Sanders. At number 39, DJ Sharp. At 40, in Indy, Zach Pascal. At 41, Hollywood, Marquise Brown. At 42, in Denver, Tim Patrick. Patrick. 43, we're going to look at Cincy, Tyler Boyd. At 44, in Chi-Town, Darnell Mooney. Let's see if we can get this guy some catches out there, and maybe the young Phils can get to him. 45, Brandon Ayuk. I know he was one of those guys you was hoping to show up finally. He got a tutty last week, so we'll see if he can keep it going, Guru. 46, the young kid out in Philly, Devontae Smith. Coming in at 47, Kenny Galladay. At 48, Deontay Johnson. At 49, the speedster. Man, didn't he had a good game last week on that primetime Sunday night? Deshaun Jackson, baby. Is he back? We'll see. Man, man. Just real quick, Stafford, man. Man, he's Cup, Woods, the tight end Igby, and Deshaun. Oh my goodness.
What about that other kid, Van? He was rookie last year. Van, last name was Van Jeffers.
I can't think his last name. I know you're talking about, though. Yeah.
He had a nice week one.
He did.
But yeah, there's only one football to go around out there,
But Stafford, he knows how to share it, though. And then at rounding out the top 50 wide receivers, coming in at 50 in Detroit, Quintez Cephus against the Chicago Bears defense. That's rounding out the top 50 wide receivers there, Guru. Okay. Let's go down to the trenches, and see what these boys can do coming off that line there with the tight end. Coming in at number 1, of course, no-brainer, Travis Kelce. And then another number 2, no-brainer. He's right there on Kelce's end. Didn't have a big game. Had a decent game. It didn't show out, but he had some big catches. Darren Waller out there in Las Vegas.
He showed up when it counted. That's
bingo, huge. When it counts. Number 3, George Kittle. At 4, let's hope he can bounce back. Had a nice, nasty rib injury. Took a nasty shot. That one play there went out for the game. Big Gronk coming in at 4. T.J. Hockenson out of Detroit at number 5. Big contract, Mark Andrews coming in at number 6. And they gave him a nice extension. Number 7, Noah Fant out of Denver. Coming in at number 8, Dallas Goedert out of Philly. Number 9, Robert Tonyan against the Steelers defense. And we're going to round out this top 10 tight ends. And we're going to, at number 10, it's going to be Hunter Henry coming in at number 10, fans.
Yeah. Mark Andrews, man, he better start earning that money
You know what I
quick.
mean?
But I'll tell you what, speaking of guys that need to earn their money, Hollywood Henderson there and or
Hollywood Brown.
yeah, Brown. Man, Hollywood Henderson. I'm showing my ears, man. Um, Hollywood Brown had three huge drops that probably would have netted him 160 yards and three scores.
Yeah.
And they were beautifully laid out. Lamar did everything he could to put it on his jersey. And, man, it was just disappointing to see because
Yeah.
the guy's got all the speed, all the talent as far as route running. Them hands, man, stone fingers almost.
Unnecessary roughness.
Popped a hole in the ball trying to catch. All right, so we'll do the second 10 of these tight ends here, and we'll go with number 11, Logan Thomas. Uh, they're in Washington. They're playing at Atlanta, so you should have a field day. Number 12, Mike Gesicki at home against Colts. Number 13, Kyle Pitts, another guy that I just feel sorry for. He's sliding down the rankings. There's really not much you can do about it. Matt Ryan is starting to show his age. Plus, that Falcons offensive line, they're doing nobody any favors, none. Um, they're just brutal. It reminds me of this team here in Chicago. Uh, Number 14, Tyler Higbee. Number 15, we're going to go with Austin Hooper at the Vikings. Number 16, Jared Cook, home against the Raiders. 17, Evan Ingram. For the Giants, they're going to play the Saints. They should have to be in catch-up mode. They should have to throw quite a bit. Number 18, Jonnu Smith. At home for the Patriots there.
It's the Bucks.
The Bucks, yeah.
You thinking Brady. You thinking Brady.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna have to keep Gronk tied down if they want to keep him out of that game. Had the X-rays. They said they were negative. He's got fitted for the flak jacket. Said he's good to go. And he wants to play at New England. So that's why I keep sticking with me because I know they're gonna do everything they can to put on a big show there. Look for another touchdown or maybe even two to big old Gronk. But we'll go back down here to number 19 and Irv Smith. At home against Cleveland. Cleveland was just a defensive juggernaut last weekend. Hopefully, Irv Smith can get through and get you a score. And number 20, Eric Ebron at home at the Packers at Green Bay. That rounds out the tight end position. Hopefully, you got yourself one of the top options, so you don't really have to worry about kiting them every week or two, trying to find out who's going to have the big game this week,
Right.
instead of just having one of the top four or five options there. That's really the rest is a coin toss. That said, let's go back into the week 4 rankings and with kickers. And this first guy set an NFL record this weekend, 66 yards. Justin Tucker.
This was the weekend of the kickers, man. I mean, boom, 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 boom. It was, man, that was some good football seeing those kickers in those games like that.
Well, yeah, and Tucker had 19 points, and he wasn't even the top scoring kicker for the week. I mean, man, he was lights out though, man, and he's gonna stay at number one. He was number one last week in my rankings. I'm gonna keep him right there. Number 2, Greg Zuerlein. Look for this to be a high scoring game for the Dallas Cowboys at home, so I hope they keep Zuerlein busy. Number 3, Harrison Butker from the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 4, Tyler Bass. Number 5, kicking in that thin air, Mile High Stadium, Brandon McManus. Number 6, Greg Jones. Sorry, that's not here. Number 7, Daniel Carlson. Number 8, we're going to go with Dustin Hopkins. Number 9, Matt Gay. And rounding out the top 10 kickers is Jason Myers.
All right. Number 11, kickers, Joey Sly. Number 12, good as gold. And that's Robbie out of San Fran. 13, Matt Prater. 14, Chris Boswell. 15, another good weekend of kicking, Mason Crosby. At 16, Dustin Hopkins. 17, Ryan Suckup. 18, Nick Folk. 19, Evan Mefferson. And rounding out the top 20 of kickers, we're going to go out here to Indy. Rodrigo Blankenship. Rodrigo Blankenship coming in at the top, coming in at number 20 of your top 20 kickers for week 4 rankings.
Yeah.
Moving this train along, Guru, we're going to go to the defense, the Nancy defense. I love my defense. Number 1, got to go with the boys, Arnold Darnold and his boys out of the Los Angeles Rams against the Cardinals defense. It's going to be a good game. I can't wait to see that game. Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford, that Rams defense. Woo, it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. Number 2, Baltimore Ravens going out there to the Mile High. Number 3, traveling up to the frozen tundra. That's going to be Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not too frozen yet, though, but it's still the frozen tundra. At number 4, that's going to be New Orleans. At number 5, we're gonna get up those wagons up there out in Buffalo. We're gonna go with the Buffalo Bills. At number 6, the Bucks out of Tampa Bay. At number 7, out of Indianapolis, the Colts. Number 8, this team move up. Their defense is gonna move up against a not so strong of an offense in Detroit. That's going to be the Chicago Bears coming in at number 8. Number 9, the Washington football team. And coming in at number 10, this one hurts me here, but their defense is pretty good too. It can't lie. It's going to be a good game out there in Los Angeles. And that's going to be your Los Angeles Chargers against the Las Vegas Raiders offense. Look to see a good game out of those two AFC West teams there, Google. That's your top 10.
Yeah, the Bears, they have a as easy a matchup as they're going to have all year. Detroit's just they're just not gelling on offense. I mean, they did this past weekend have a pretty decent game, but like I said, the Bears have something to prove, so they should get after it. That said, I do have the number 11, the Lions defense. At Chicago until Nagy gets his play calling figured out. I think everybody should be licking their chops to get to the Bears offensive players, and they're going to spend a lot of time in our backfield, man, just like Cleveland did this past week. Number 12, Cowboys versus Carolina. 13, we're going to go with Cincinnati Bengals at home against the Jags. 14, Tennessee Titans against the Jets. Number 15 is the Finns against the Colts. 16, the Chiefs at home against the Eagles. 17, Packers at home against the Steelers. I actually heard grumblings in more than one place today about benching Ben Roethlisberger. Now, I don't know what people think of him personally. He's got demons in his past for sure, but the guy can still throw the deep ball. Yeah. He's never been mobile, so it doesn't matter that he's lost a step because he's never been a running quarterback. What happens here is he's got guys that aren't running routes and they're not catching the ball for him. And if the guys aren't running clean routes, they're not getting open. And when he does get them the ball in a tight window, they're not catching the ball. You could be Joe Montana. It doesn't matter. They're not going to deliver. So hopefully they get that righted soon. Number 18, we'll skip ahead here, the Seahawks at the 49ers. Number 19, the Vikings versus the Cleveland Browns. And last but not least, number 20 is the Atlanta Falcons against the Washington football team. And that rounds out our rankings for this week. Before we let the folks go here, um, what any matchups or anything jump out at you this week that guys have a chance on really outperforming their rankings?
Yeah, yeah. Looking at the quarterback ranking here, guy that's going to outperform their ranking. I'm going to go out with Joey Burrow this week out there at home against Jacksonville. I see Jacksonville going 0-4 this week. Trevor Lawrence, I think he's going to continue to improve. He's got to, get those picks down. He'll continue to improve. Burrow's going to light that defense up, man. He's going to light them up. Everyone's going to be in the mix. I see Burrow with about 3 tutties this week in the air. Him and his weapons out there are going to do some great things. So I think he's going to outperform his number 15 ranking of QBs for this week. That's going to be my pick this week, Guru. What about yourself?
I'm going to go right down below him with Carson Wentz. I think a week with those ankles feeling a little better. Um, a softer defense against the Dolphins. All the Dolphins are pretty decent.
Yeah.
Um, they're not bad on defense, but I just think that with the extra week with those ankles healing up, I think he's gonna have a good game for everybody out there. So if you want one guy, quarterback wise, well, there's two we pointed out for you, Burrow and Carson Wentz. What about running backs?
Guru. Oh man, looking at the list here, anyone that's going to outperform is back. I'm going to stay with the same game. I think he's starting to find his touch again. I think Urban Meyer is trusting him a little bit more. He should have trusted him a long time ago. That's going to be James Robinson out there in Jacksonville. I see him having a good game against Cincinnati's defense. Even though they're playing away, I think it's going to be a close ball game with Jacksonville and Cincinnati. But I like James Robinson outperforming his ranking, maybe a top 10 this week when it's all said and done. So my pick is going to be James Robinson in Jacksonville.
I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift
Okay.
from the Lions against our Bears. I hate to say it. I was hoping that the Bears would have been a little stouter on defense so far this year. They haven't shown up yet, but this is their measuring stick because although the Detroit offense isn't all that great, Swift is a very versatile back.
Yeah.
2-dimensional, can run, can catch out of the backfield. So there's a guy that's going to make him pin their ears back and make him pay this week. I think that's going to be DeAndre Swift.
Okay, I like the pick. I like the pick against the weak Bears defense. We'll see. I'm keeping my eye on that Bears defense. Let's hope Danny Trevathan comes back this week. If he's not back this week, I think he'll be back for week 5. I heard some reports for week 4, week 5 return, so we'll see. Bears definitely could use Danny Trevathan in that middle position. Get Roquan out there in the Sam spot and get back to how things were used to before. But I like the pick out there in Swift though. He'll be in my lineup for sure though. I'll tell you that.
All right. Well, let's do one more here. We'll do some wide receivers. Pick a wide receiver that you think can outscore their potential ranking, and we'll call it a night.
Okay, I'm gonna go. We're gonna look at some receivers that's gonna outscore their rankings. Man, I want to stay with this game again. I feel like I need to get another pick though. This Carolina and Cincinnati game. I mean, I like DJ Moore. I like what Darnold and Moore's got going on out there. I'm sorry, not in Carolina and Jacksonville, but I'm not gonna pick that. I'm gonna go, Guru. I'm gonna say Mike Williams. I hate picking him against my Raiders, but he's ranked right now. We got him at 23. I think he's gonna outperform. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game in Las Vegas and Los Angeles out there in LA. My pick will be Mike Williams with the Los Angeles Chargers at home too.
All right. Yeah, actually, that was going to be my choice as well. So for my selection, then I will move to number 37 and Michael Pittman Jr. Um, he has shown some pretty good rapport with Wentz, and I did mention that I think Wentz can outperform his projected ranking, and I think a key to that is going to be him finding Pittman a couple times deep downfield. And I think that Pittman is a star on the rise. I think in the next couple of years he's going to be right up there in the top 10 with your DK Metcalfs and your CD Lamb. So I'll go with Michael Pittman this week. And that said, we will call it a week, and hopefully we got everybody some good information, and they can go 4-0. Hopefully,
I like it. I like it, Guru. I like the picks. I like what we got going on here. Once again, a phenomenal job. Fans out there that is tuning in, I hope you check out some of these picks that the Guru has put out there for you all. Once again, it's true fan. You know what I mean? And that's what we do, baby. You know what I mean? So, any last words from Guru?
no, you're just the best of luck. I do not to pat myself on the back, but I put a lot of time and crunch a lot of numbers getting these rankings out there, and you know, hopefully it bleeds you enough information to continue piling up the wins, man. Good luck, everybody.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our show, Week 4 Fantasy Rankings. Once again, we hope that you enjoyed it. We hope we get you that win this week. Hope we were off to a good start with these picks that the Guru has out for you guys. Once again, I am your host, the Warden, Jay Ward, with my co-host, the Guru. This is Fantasy Pro Insider, brought to you by True Fan Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. We'll see you this weekend. I'm sorry, we will see you Tuesday. Enjoy this week's football. Take a load off. Enjoy some Sunday football, Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night. We got it all right here for you, baby. So tune in next week. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Peace and hair grease.